So this is the 02 JWT assignment of the week 3 of Harkirat Bhaiya's course, and today I'm going to discuss this after completing this assignment. So I've completed this assignment. I'm going to discuss this. How is this all done? So firstly, we need to the username. Firstly, we need to have this function called sign JWT, which takes in some valid identities and then it signs it using this JWT password. What is this JWT password? This is the string that is present over here, that is secret. Fine. And then it is going to return the JWT string, that is this thing after getting signed is going to get returned in this function. Firstly, we are going to validate the email. That is, I have used a third party that is called a validator. Okay. And I've just after installing, I have just imported it and then in my file. And then I've used validator.isEmail username. That means it just the validator is a third party npm module which just checks if the email is valid or not, because the email needs to be validated right over here. Must be a valid email address. As you can see, it's mentioned in the question. And then I just need to check if there's a password. Let's say there's no password. So if it comes under the category that it does not have any password. Or let's say even if the password is present but the length of the password is less than 6. So I will be returning null. And if both the conditions they fail, that means it's not, that is null is not getting returned. So I'll just put jwt.sign. I'll sign the username and the password field using my jwt password. And what is my jwt password? It's secret. So and then we'll be returning what the signed thing, and then I will be returning the signed thing. Fine. This is the signed JWT which is done. And then now comes the verifying JWT. So this is the verify JWT and this is the decode JWT. Now let me first differentiate between what is verification and what is decoding. Verification actually means that my token will be verified using just my password, that is my secret key. And decoding means anyone can take out the payload. Anyone can take out the payload. What does payload mean? Payload means the data that we had put inside while signing it along with the JWT password. So this is actually the data, that is username and password is the data that we had taken as the payload while signing it using the JWT password. So verification can only be done using the same password that was used to sign the payload, right? Verification can only be done only if that exact secret key and that exact token is given that was used to sign the token initially. So this is the verification part. Let's say there's no token present, so it returns false, right? This is the first condition. Let's say there's no token present, so it will return false. Next, let's consider the condition that there is a token present, but but in case of this JWT password, the password that I have, it needs to be verified, right? The token, it needs to be verified. So the syntax would be jw.verify token comma JWT password. Let's say the verification does not fail, the verification passes. So finally I'll return true. But let's say it does fail, it fails. That means I am surely trying to put it inside a try catch block, and this is a good practice to uh, put any like put any contents of the function inside a try catch block so that it does not create a problem, by problem what I mean is the if there is no error, then fine, but if there is an error, it would be handled separately in this catch block. So that is the thing. If there is no verification, that means this JWT won't be verified. Let's say the token is wrong, or let's say the secret key is something different. So verification would fail and this won't return true. Rather than returning true, it would count to this one. It would come to this one and it would say that if token expired error, that is, I need to check 2 to 3 conditions. That is, firstly, if the token is invalid or not. So firstly over here, I have checked that is the token invalid. And if yes, then it would return false. Finally done. Expired. I need to check for the expiration of the token. So firstly, I'll just verify, and then if the verification it comes out to be true, it will just return true. Fine. Or not verified using the secret key. Now, if this does not occur, if this does not take place, if this does not take place, then it will just come and inside the ERR, the catch block. That is, let's say that ERR name means the token expiry. If that token expiry triple equals to token expired error, then I'll say that the token has expired and it will again return false. And if nothing has happened till now, it will return false. If it would have returned true, then it should have returned true, right? In this, like over here in this in this line. But since it did not return true over here in this line, it should return false anyhow. So this is the verification part. Let's move on to the decoding part. So this is the decoding part. That is, firstly, I'll check whether that token is present or not. Let's say the token is not present. So what is the meaning of it getting verified? What do I mean by the token being verified or not? If the token itself is not present. So firstly I should check that whether that token is present or not. Fine. So this is the thing that I'm checking, that whether my token is present or not. Then secondly, I'll just decode my GWT using my token. As I said, that verification requires password, but decoding does not require any password. Obviously, in case of verification and decoding both, I can extract out the payload. And what is that payload? The thing, the content of the token, into which there was like which was used to sign, on which on which the signature was done. So that was this GWT, right? That was this GWT. So this is this payload, right? So this payload, it can be, as I said, it can be extracted using verification and can also be extracted using decoding. But in in case of verification, I would be needing the GWT password, but in case of decoding, I won't be needing it. I won't be needing it. So this is the GWT decoding part. Let's say the decoding does not happen, so it will just go and catch itself in the catch block. But let's say the decoding happens, so it will just return true. And if nothing till here happens, then it will for sure return false. So so yeah, this was the thing. Hope you guys have understood. And so let's just check this whether it runs or not. So I'll just be like just tests slash uh, index dot space dot js. Let us see if it like runs correctly or not. So as you can see, all the test cases have been passed, and this is all 9 passed in total. All together 9 total cases were there. 9 all the cases have been passed. And so yeah, this is what the thing. And let us now push it to GitHub. So this would be um, verification coding